Wanted to come back to you here again with another video here, maybe hopefully a little bit shorter this time. Won't be going over a couple topics, things that I run into on a not necessarily daily, but pretty often basis. We'll show you some what sold, but the what sold goes into the subject too. Got a couple of issues. First of all, like this weekend when I went out looking at yard sales and estate sales, that type of stuff, I really didn't find a lot this weekend. And I kind of want to say something. This time of year, we're in the June, July time factor. And this is actually kind of yearly, I find. I find most of my yard sales, good yard sales, are early in the season. We kind of got knocked out of that due to weather. But May usually is a pretty good month. And then later in the season, September, October, I find that most people have been waiting through the winter, getting rid of my stuff. Then they get rid of their stuff. Then there's kind of a lull, heat, vacation, different reasons. And then at the end, there's also those people, I've got to go ahead and have a sale and get rid of this stuff. So this weekend wasn't a good finds weekend for me. I mean, I found a few things, but nothing amazing, nothing really great. I can't even justify really the time I put out. Probably broke even on the gas wise, but not my time and stuff. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes people preach too easy on their YouTube videos about selling and stuff, and it's not all games and roses and stuff. Yesterday morning, when I went at yard sale, I left my house at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I had to go to work that evening. So literally, I left my house at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I did not get home last night till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So I had like an 18-hour day. And that's the reality of it. Sometimes, I'm a one-man show, and I don't hide that. Doesn't mean that sometimes people don't. No, I'm looking for stuff and help me out, but I'm a one-man show at the end of the day. And if you're really going to want to do this, sometimes you've got to be the one-person show. Enough of that topic, enough of that discussion. Like I said, some weekends are going to be bad. I find generally, beginning of the year, better yard sales, better estate sales. Then at the end of the year, it seems like it's better. We're kind of in a lull. But, I mean, it doesn't mean you stop going out because you just never know. Honestly, it's maybe one sale, maybe even late, people miss it, not advertised well, for whatever reason. Now I wanted to go into some BOLOs. This is kind of a secret BOLO. People don't know. Or I've learned it over time, not so much watching other YouTube. So I'm going to talk about them. I was at a yard sale Friday, and I found something, a mug here. It's from Lakeside Amusement Park. Lakeside was in Salem, Virginia, and it closed in 1985, mainly due to a flood. They were already in money issues, but mainly to a flood. It closed in 1985. So this mug is at least 37 years old, right off the bat of my head. Anyway, my point is, if you can find local stuff that people were into in the time, the stuff I find goes very quick reselling wise. I found this at yard sale 50 cents, turned it into $15 plus shipping. And it's going right back to Roanoke. This came from Salem. Roanoke's very close. It's going right back to Roanoke. Usually when you buy the local stuff, it ships back there. Now that doesn't necessarily mean guaranteed, but it usually ships back there, so it's inexpensive. But yeah, I find if some two things that sell. Let me explain. Two things that always sell. Memories and necessity. This is a memory. People remember going to Lakeside. I was a child going to Lakeside. I remember specifically they used to have musical acts, all kinds of big music acts. Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, the big acts, whoever you can think of, especially in country music. But yeah, people, memories. I had another memory item that sold. Now, this isn't a local memory because this is in Kentucky and I'm in Virginia, which isn't too bad. But it's a local grocery store. Not a grocery store, it's a general store, excuse me. but it's fun. It had good graphics too. But most people don't really talk about this type of stuff. But if you have local stuff that's local memories, that's exclusively local, mom and pop type things, that type thing, start thinking about that. Also, along those lines, I was checking something back there, see if I could grab it, but I couldn't. Something too is minor league teams in your area that have since went defunct. In my area, I'm actually still looking for Salem Buccaneers stuff. That's was the Pittsburgh Pirates organization that was here in the 80s. Bobby Bonilla and Barry Bonds both played for them. They had, I think, Doug Drabick. A lot of the famous early 90s Pittsburgh Pirates came through that. So I'm looking for something. I had a shirt myself, and I'd be well, just like this. I was kind of a little bit tempted to keep this because it's memories. But you can't keep everything you want in the resale business. If you did, you wouldn't ever sell much. I go out yard some. If I see something okay, then I grab it. I did buy for myself. I found some coin books. I'm a coin collector, so just to further my education on that. But this stuff is already sold. Like I said, this was 15 cents. I already sold it one day. That's what I'm saying when I say BOLO. 50 cents, $15. This sold maybe a week or two. Paid $2 for it. Got $17 out of it. Something else recently it sold, something you look for, and then this will be on other channels. It's Disney stuff. Disney still sells well. I don't care what anybody tells you, especially the mouse. Big old graphics. Anytime you get big old graphics, the mouse. This was a vintage shirt, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, see, it's made in the USA. People sometimes ask, how do I know if something's vintage? Well, there's no guarantees, But say you're new and you just want to go on a vibe. Generally, if it's made in the USA, it's a pretty good thing. And this was the California location one, not Orlando. So sometimes California stuff, especially in my area, you don't hardly ever see California. So when I seen this, I grabbed it. That was a great yard sale. It had a lot of retro type stuff. It also, I don't have it here. I should have saved it. In that, as that yard sale was a McAdoo shirt. Now, McAdoo's is a local restaurant to me. Had great graphics. But I went ahead and grabbed that McAdoo shirt because it was from 97. It was from Halloween. And it was only 50 cents. So once again, that's one of those, I'll take a chance on it. But I paid 50 cents, sold it for $17. Like I said, if you've got something that's local, that can bring memories for people, that is a BOLO item. The shirt didn't take maybe a couple weeks tops. This took less than 24 hours to sell. If you've got something there in your area that's local, that brings back memories to people, if you see something, you should go ahead and buy it. Because I'm about guarantee it will sell, and it'll sell quickly. And even if this wouldn't have sold locally, this also has the amusement park aspect to it. It also has a roller coaster aspect. It has the Shooting Star that was a big time roller coaster there at Lakeside. But those are a few BOLOs, BOLOs, stuff that sold for me. That always not everybody talks about. But and in ending, real quick, I was even a couple weeks ago, maybe I mentioned on a video about me finding a cookbook, a local cookbook, and it means, and also on Facebook, sign up on pages. I am signed up on the Lakeside Facebook page, and when I got this, I didn't post it for sale on there because they probably don't do well with selling. But what I do is I just post picture and say, look what I found. That may get somebody's curiosity going, and they may look, because this thing got 300 thumbs up on the Facebook page. But I had a local Blacksburg cookbook that I stuck on the historical place of Blacksburg. Got all kinds of thumbs up, all kinds of messages. It reminded them so much of what's going on, the history of that. That cookbook was from 1968, and that actually got a local person that wanted it. I had paid $25 for the cookbook. I got $15 for it. So once again, memory, sale, and necessity. If it's something that somebody needs, and I'm not talking about somewhere down the line, I'm talking about in a certain timetable. Need sales and memories. If you've got memories, especially right now, it seems like anything memories from the 80s or the 90s, where people who have money, have a little bit of money now that didn't have money back then, want to buy their childhood or buy back those memories. This can be a symbol to them. Just drop those off. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.